Hey, what's up everybody? Game Junkie here, and we're playing Mega Man X2, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the crazy phone calls I've been getting. And I've been getting some crazy phone calls by people claiming to be Microsoft and saying I'm having a hacking problem and whatnot, and they're claiming that I need to upload some programs and get rid of it. And first I was talking to some lady and she was explaining it to me, and then I started talking to a guy. He's like, you need to get on your computer and this and that. And so, I played around with him, telling him I was, and he was giving me links to go to different websites to update spyware and whatnot, and for hacking problems. And I didn't really trust him. He even ended up studying around his words, and that's bad if I'm saying that, because I study around words all the time. And we went about this for a whole hour, and I told him I couldn't upload it. That's not letting me upload it. He was getting frustrated. He was saying, I know you're a smart man, you can do this. He sounded desperate when he wanted me to upload those programs. And while I kept telling him the same thing, he was like, do you have another computer? And I was like, no, this is the only computer. He's like, who else uses your computer? I was like, I'm the only one. I have the code to my computer, and I'm the only one who uses it. He's like, what do you use your computer for? I was like, all kinds of things, but mostly I just look up stuff on Google and whatnot. And and he kept like hounding me to upload these programs he wanted me to upload, and I kept telling him it's not letting me, and he was getting frustrated. He's like, and then I told him, well, can't I just take it to some computer guy to get it fixed? And he's like, no, you don't want to do that. This is a hacking problem. They don't know how hacking problems work, right? And I stay kind of quiet. He's like, am I right? I was like, I don't know. You're the one telling me. You're supposed to be the professional. I don't know nothing about this. And he said, well, you won't want to take your car to just any mechanic, especially if it's an engine problem. You want to take it to a professional that works on engines and whatnot. And I was like, okay, well, why can't he fix it? How do you know he doesn't know anything about programming? Because pretty much you're telling me that I have a spyware problem, and you're gonna give me a link to get rid of the spyware. So that seems pretty basic. He's like, no, it's a hacking problem, and you need this program to get rid of it, and you probably have a bunch of people stealing your identity and whatnot. And I was like, I don't really use my computer for much, just like looking up stuff. Pretty much what I use my computer for is YouTube and my school, and I don't really put any vital information. Like I use my bank account in person. I don't have it online. I don't have nothing like that online. I don't even use my social online. My emails are different than the ones I use on my computer. I have a different email for everything. I have a different email for my console, to my YouTube page, to my school. And my school one, I just go to a public library, submit the test, and that's it. To my gaming console, I just use it primarily for that. I even have just an email just to talk to people. I have like 4 different emails, and I don't have the same password for any of the same ones. Just like how I have my cards, my debit cards and my credit cards, I use different codes for each one. People say, well, don't you get confused? I was like, no, I just have 4 basic codes and 4 different words that I use, like for those particular things. And they're not something that's common with me or somebody could find out easily. Even people that know me my whole life wouldn't be able to figure out. It's just random stuff that I might have seen once in my whole life, maybe read it in a book or played it in a game, who knows. But that's how it pretty much is. Like, a lot of people just use codes for like, oh, my favorite dog, and then they keep bringing up their favorite dog, or my mother's maiden name, or my best friend in the whole world when I was a little kid, and sooner or later somebody gets to know them too good and they get their password. Well, back to the story. He was getting frustrated with me. We kept going back for a whole hour, and yeah, a whole hour is pretty long to be talking to some random person on the phone. But I get a little lonely time to time, so I stayed talking to him. Finally, he got upset. He's like, "You are an idiot," and hung up the phone. Well, an hour went by. I tried calling the number back, and it said the number you have called has been disconnected or no longer in use. And that's pretty weird for somebody that just called me. It had unknown number, but it had the telephone number there. Because, you know, if you call my house blocked, it pretty much says you have to, it can't be blocked. I have one of those things where if you call my house, the phone company won't let you call blocked. And for good reason, because who do I really want to talk to that's calling me blocked? And, well, I asked around a couple people at work and a couple people I hang out with, and a few people have gotten this phone call, and they seem like those people get frustrated with them because they're not falling for their games. And well, I don't want to say it is Microsoft or it isn't. To me, it is not Microsoft, because the only time Microsoft is gonna call you is if a sales representative wants to sell you a computer or something. No person at Microsoft's gonna call you because your computer's acting a little funny or there's some spyware. When you get your computer, all that stuff falls onto you, and it's up to you to update your spyware and your firewalls and whatnot, you know what I mean, and take those special precautions to make sure stuff like that doesn't happen. Make sure you always update. And well, anyways, I was talking to some people that actually work with selling computer ports and whatnot, and they said they've actually gotten a few phone calls from people saying they uploaded what those people have been telling them, and their computers are like acting up now, or like they don't know what they uploaded. And what they say is, you know, Microsoft's not gonna call you. And it's good that I didn't do that, because they would have probably heard about it if Microsoft was calling random people. But nobody in their life has ever had this until now. So just be careful when anybody calls you asking for your personal information or asking you about your social security. Right now it's tax season, and I know that everybody's ready to get their taxes out of the way and get that refundable money and whatnot. Well, there's people going around asking for them for that they're saying they're the revenue department and whatnot, and getting that information and actually stealing their refunds. That's never happened to me, but I hear stories about it all the time. And you know, just be wary when you get a random phone call from people. Go talk to an actual professional or something, and they'll give you all you need to know. Just tell them you're not interested, or you know, or just make up a little story. Me personally, I like to play games and have fun with them. You know, I like to frustrate like people like that over the phone. I know it's not right, but I still do it. Well, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and be safe.